time now for episode 12, the final episode of the Information Age. Winston's long and perilous search for the free flow of information had come to an end, and so, it seemed, had Winston. Like lemmings to the sea, millions of information pilgrims were dropping into the bottomless void of the free flow, forced to their doom by the relentless throng pushing uncontrollably forward. Winston's feet lost touch with the precipice. All hope was gone. Until...
Hey, Winston!
Smith?
I got you, buddy. Hang on.
With a tight grip on the back of my shirt, Smith lifted me up, higher and higher.
That was a close one, Winston. Hey, I've been waiting here for weeks. I was afraid I'd missed you.
Smith, you're flying!
Yeah, how about that? Don't worry, Winston, you're safe.
But what?
Hey, don't squirm around. You don't want me to drop you.
You're flying!
Yeah, hang on. I'll explain everything.
We reached a clear platform suspended high above the center of the free flow. Smith dropped me on my feet, hovered for a moment, and landed softly beside me.
Winston, I'm virtual.
You're virtual? Smith, what are you saying? What's happening?
You see, when I was sucked into the tunnel of AM Talk Radio, well, that was the end for me, Winston. Luckily, though, I came across a small pipeline connected to a radio computer link used by some students working for Norman Solomon. They just happened to be monitoring Gordon Liddy at the time, and for some grant project or something.
Well, so then you escaped.
Well, listen, Winston, once you're sucked into the pipeline, that's pretty much it. You're virtual.
Smith.
There's no escaping that. I was just lucky enough to maintain a little control of my own personal flow, is all.
Well, what about the free flow?
Well, no control there, as you can see. It's not quite the paradise we hoped for. You were just about to be consumed. Would have been a shame, too, after making it all this way. 49 days.
49 days? That's how long it's been? I lost all track of time in the vast wasteland.
Yeah, that'll happen. Good thing IT was there to help you out.
You know IT?
Sure. And Rewop and Duke Kilbup and the conductor.
You mean they were all virtual?
Yep. See, Winston, you and I started out thinking we were on our own, but we were never alone. I mean, look down there.
I looked below us and saw for the first time the true structure of the information pipeline. The main line we had followed was only one of thousands, spanning out in every direction from the free flow, like spokes from the center of a great wheel.
You see, Winston, millions of people set out on the same journey we did.
Well, then why did we seem so alone?
Well, in the beginning, we were all so damn spread out, well, we were alone. By the time we started drawing nearer to each other, for one reason or another, by choice or by circumstance, well, they all got sucked into the system. Like me.
You mean everybody down there is... everybody is virtual?
That's right. But not you, Winston. Hell, Winston, you're a hero.
Oh, I'm no hero. You saved me.
Hey, a hero never works alone, Winston. Me, Rewop, the others, we were just a few helpers along the way. You called us when you needed us.
I gazed at the spectacle below.
It's some piece of work, isn't it?
The immediate perimeter surrounding the free flow was ablaze with light and energy. Information technology drawing from and giving to the free flow. The sparkle of the landscape dissipated as it extended into the vast wasteland, dark and barren. Beyond that, as the circle expanded, was the money pit, which visibly grew as I watched. Like spilled ink on parchment, it covered the land of the two-headed beast, politics and religion. Its black veins slithered into the vast wasteland, their reach now extending towards us, into the edges of information technology. Who in their right mind would design and build this?
No one. That's just it. It was built piece by piece without any notion of what it was going to look like. Until now, it was impossible to see it all as one structure.
Why does the money pit occupy such a distant perimeter? I would have thought that it was more central, that money was a prerequisite, especially for radio, TV, computers.
No. In relative terms, electronic media and new technologies don't cost a great deal of money, Winston. The money pit has positioned itself between it and the public, so it just appears that way. Then it sucks the life out of it from behind. Not many people get the vantage point you've got here, Winston.
What do I do now, Smith?
Go home, Winston.
Go home?
Look, our goal was never the free flow of information. It was what we could learn from the free flow of information. What was keeping us from it? Who was translating the information, and what we were missing in the translation?
But what have I accomplished? I mean, what have I to show for this godforsaken adventure?
Winston, when you set out on a journey, you've got to be ready to accept what you find. More often than not, it won't be what you thought you were looking for. But a wise person recognizes that, learns from it, and moves on.
How'd you get so smart?
Oh, I'm being bounced around some pretty high-class databases these days.
What about all of them?
You mean the virtuals?
Yeah.
I don't know the future, Winston, but for now, well, they're lost. Radio, TV, internet, magazines, billboards, that's their life. They exist mainly in a virtual world. They can talk about it, they can read about it, but they can't actually do anything. If they can escape at all, it'll have to be with your help.
My help? What do you mean? What can I do?
Don't you see, Winston? You're still flesh and blood. Go home. Use information as a building block, like the conductor was saying. Make decisions, be responsible, have fun, have relationships. Be a person. Act in the world. Look around you and draw others to you. I'd like to think that no one is lost forever.
So, how do I get home? Click my heels?
Yeah, something like that. Come on. Oh, you know what? Before we go, you see that computer over there?
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Go turn it off.
Turn it off?
Yeah, it's all set. Just click shut down and then turn it off.
I sat down in front of the computer monitor. I slowly reached for the mouse, but before I could click, I found myself staring at the screensaver. It was familiar. It was my screensaver. The silly little cartoon dogs peeing on the wilting flowers. The one I had on my computer in my office. Not only was it my screensaver, it was my computer next to my lamp, on my desk, piled with my papers. And I was sitting in my chair, which squeaked its trademark squeak when I turned to see Smith coming through the door of my office.
You ready? Winston.
Smith, hello. Yeah, I'm ready. Backgrounds and environments for the Information Age were created from recordings by Bruce Riley, Scott Davey, and Thoth. Information Age theme music was composed, performed, and produced by Peter Rubiceau, engineered, sequenced, and mixed by Minnie Diaz.